Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Ganguli, Assistant Professor of Zoology, KTHM College Nashik. Students, today I am going to give you talk on a 2 credit course of vermi technology. And today I am going to focus on the Unit 4, especially on the topic earthworm biology and its role. Now in today's talk, I focused on the earthworm biology, particularly biology of earthworm, and in tomorrow's lecture, we will discuss on the rearing of earthworms. Now here, first we start from the systemic position. So such a earthworm, which belongs to kingdom Animalia, then phylum Annelida, class Clitellata, order Heplotaxia, family Lumbricidae, then genus Eisenia and the species Fetida. Now the Eisenia Fetida is the scientific name of this earthworm. Okay, now here you can see in the picture the image of such a earthworm. Okay, now here near about 3000 species of earthworm, they are distributed worldwide. Okay, at present, but only 3 to 4 species of earthworm, okay, they are going to used in vermi technology and in vermiculture purpose. The species such as the Eisenia fetida, followed by Eutrydus eugeni, and the commercially used species such as the Perionyx excavatus. Now, these 3 species, they have the common importance and they are widely used nowadays for vermiculture or vermi technology purpose. Now, today I am going to give you a talk particularly on the Eisenia fetida. It is biology of Eisenia fetida. Now, such a Eisenia fetida, which is also called as a manure worm. Okay, why? Because it form a good kind of compost, and that is why it is called as a manure worm. Then it is also called as a red worm. Why it is called as a red worm? Because you can see in the diagram here on the body of such a earthworm, you can see here the alternating light and darker patches of red color, right? So those patches, okay, according to that, okay, the name given to such a worm is a red worm, and it is also called as a regular worm. Okay, so in different locality, the worm have a different names. Now, first we start from its morphology. Now the morphology of Eisenia fetida. Here you can see we have the diagram, and we have the both views, that is dorsal view and ventral view. ओके, म्हणजेच हा जो अर्थम आहे याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला त्याचा जो वरचा पार्ट आहे त्याला काय म्हणतात डॉर्सल व्ह्यू आणि त्याचा जो खालचा पार्ट आहे त्याला काय म्हणतात वेंट्रल व्ह्यू. सो वी हॅव बोथ द व्ह्यूज, दॅट इज डॉर्सल अँड वेंट्रल व्ह्यू, and it is start from the mouth to the anus. Okay, now how we can identify the dorsal and ventral region? Okay, so it is very easy. Suppose जर तुम्हाला डॉर्सल सरफेस आयडेंटिफाय करायचा आहे, तर जेव्हा तुम्ही अर्थम हातामध्ये घेतला तर तुम्हाला त्याच्यात एक डॉर्सल वेसल प्रॉमिनंटली दिसेल. म्हणजेच ती काय असेल, म्हणजे की अर्थमचा जो वरचा भाग आहे तो तुम्हाला पूर्ण डार्क दिसेल, एक वेसल दिसेल त्याच्यामध्ये. म्हणजेच तो काय आहे, डॉर्सल पार्ट आहे किंवा त्याच्या वरचा पार्ट आहे. और व्हॉट वी से दॅट इट इज अ डॉर्सल रिजन, राइट? So and the ventral region. So both the regions they have particular organs. Now dorsally you can see the mouth, okay, then clitellum, and ventrally you can see the presence of number of CPs on each side, right? Then followed by the female gonopore as well as male gonopores. Now here you can see such a earthworm which belongs to phylum Annelida. Okay, what is the meaning of Annelida? So annuli means what? A ring-like structure. Annuli means rings. Now such a ring-like structure, they get attached, okay, to each other, or they get attached sequentially. Okay, you can see in the diagram. अर्थमची बॉडी कशी दिसते तुम्हाला की रिंग सारखं स्ट्रक्चर एकमेकाला अटॅच झालेलं दिसतं. म्हणजेच काय? Or what we say is that it belongs to phylum Annelida. Number of annuli are there, and such a ring-like structure they get attached sequentially to form the entire body of earth, right? So here the mouth, okay, the mouth here you can see which is the terminal, right? And surrounding the mouth, okay, a region is there, okay, or mouth, it is called as a stoma. Very first it is present at the segment first, it is called as a stoma, and surrounding the stoma is the region which is called as the peristomum. Okay, म्हणजेच काय की माउथला काय म्हणतो आपण स्टोमा. स्टोमाच्या सराउंडिंग में जे रिजन आहे त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण पेरिस्टोम. ओके, so this is the head. Okay, head which is followed by the next segment is the clitellum. Now clitellum which is present at the segment 14 to 16. Okay, and the main function, okay, of the clitellum is to secrete number of components, right? म्हणजे की जेव्हा तुम्ही अर्कम हातात घेतला तर सुरुवातीचे काही जे सेगमेंट सोडले तर तुम्हाला एक असा रिजन येईल की ते तुम्हाला थिक दिसेल, हाताला पण फील होईल ती थिक रिजन. ओके, that is nothing but what the clitellum, and particularly the clitellum which is present at the segment 14 to 16. Okay, then the next segment or the next, that is the CTs. Okay, CTs, they are present at the ventral side. Okay, so what are the CTs and what is the role of CTs? Now CTs, they are present at mid-ventral region. Okay, you can see in the diagram also. Okay, you can see the CTs are there, they are present at the mid, जे मध्यभागी असतात. मिड वेंट्रल म्हणजे मागच्या बाजूने मध्यभागी असतात. So this is the mid ventral region. Okay, now the CTs. So in each segment, okay, near about 80 to 120 number of CTs they are present, and such as CTs, they perform a main function, that is locomotion. Okay, जो अर्थवर्म आहे तो जसं लँड वरती क्रॉल होतो, लँड वरती चालतो, तो कशाने चालतो तर CTs हे अर्थवर्मची फूट आहे. Okay, so by using CTs, the earthworm which shows the process of locomotion on the land surface, or what we say is that shows the terrestrial mode of life or terrestrial habitat. Okay, after that such CTs, they are numerous, they are triangular shaped structure, they embedded in the integument, right? After that the next part is the genital papilles. Again the papilles, genital papilles both are the gonopores, right? They are in two pairs and present in the segment 17 and 19. Okay, then the body wall. So body wall means what? The skin of earthworm, right? So जशी आपली skin आहे तशीच earthwormची skin आहे. Okay, so such a skin which is a thin covering which is present all over the body surface. Now the main function of the body wall, main function of the skin of earthworm is what? Which secrete the mucus. And what is the role of mucus? Mucus which is helpful during the time of locomotion, which secretes such a mucus substance, and the earthworm which during the time of locomotion, okay, it helps. Okay, and which acting as a lubricant. After that the body wall which perform the main function, that is cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration means what? So all over the surface of skin numerous pores are there. Okay, and through that pores, okay, the earthworm which take atmospheric oxygen. So this is what the cutaneous respiration. म्हणजेच काय की अर्थवर्मची जी स्किन आहे त्याच्यावरती बारीक बारीक काय आहेत न्यूमरस, त्याला आपण न्यूमरस म्हणतो, होल्स आहेत, पोर्स आहेत. त्या पोर्स मधनं अर्थवर्म काय करतो, जे ॲटमॉस्फेरिक वातावरणातली जी हवा आहे, ऑक्सिजन आहे ते घेत असतो. Okay, so the earthworm which shows the cutaneous kind of respiration. No doubt this okay, no doubt it take atmospheric oxygen, okay, through the body wall. Again the next part is the coelom. Now the main function of coelom contains different type of cells such as the defensive cells, useful cells. Okay, now the cells such as phagocytes, right? Phagocyte, the main function of phagocyte is what? Which acting as a defensive cells, right? So phagocytes, they are defensive cells or they are engulfing cells. They engulf any other foreign microbes or substances, debris. Okay. After that, the mucocytes. Mucocytes, they secrete the mucus. They circular nucleated cells followed by the chlorogen cells. Okay. Now after that, okay, this is what regarding the general morphology of the Eisenia foetida, and after that we'll turn to the anatomical part, that is different systems. Now the first system is the digestive system. Okay, digestive system mainly, okay, which constitute what? The alimentary canal. Okay, अर्थवर्मची जी डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टम आहे त्याच्यात काय आहे, एलिमेंटरी कॅनल. Okay, the alimentary canal which start from mouth to anus, right? So here the alimentary canal which start, okay, the first part is the mouth, followed by the pharynx, then esophagus, then gizzard, stomach, intestine, okay, or intestinal sac, and such a intestine which continues up to the anus, okay, or which end into the last part of the alimentary canal, that is nothing but the anus, okay. We see, discuss all these parts one by one, okay. The first part is what? Mouth and buccal cavity, okay. Now the mouth of earthworm which is terminal, okay. टर्मिनल म्हणजे जर तुम्ही अर्थम हातात घेतलं तर ते माउथ तुम्हाला खालच्या बाजूने दिसेल, ओके. दिस इज व्हाट द टर्मिनल माउथ. So such a mouth which is present on the first segment, okay, and the mouth which gets surrounded by a part that is the peristomia, okay, the stoma which gets surrounded by a region of protective covering, that is peristomia and prostomium, okay. Then such a mouth which opens into the buccal cavity and which extend up to the mid of the third segment, right? So the mouth or buccal cavity which is followed by what? The pharynx. Pharynx is the next part of the alimentary canal, or the initial part, okay. The pharynx which extend up to the fourth segment, and the main function of pharynx which is useful in the process of swallowing of food, okay. And here the main part of the pharynx which secrete the saliva, and you know better the function of saliva here. म्हणजेच की अर्थमच्या माउथ मधनं सलाइवा सिक्रेट होते. ही सलाइवा काय करते? फूड मध्ये मिक्स होते. अर्थमचं फूड काय आहे? सॉइल, ओके. So such a saliva which get mixed into the soil or into the food material and get easy to swallowing of the food material, okay. Pharynx which is followed by the esophagus, okay. The esophagus which is very short, which is narrow tube and which extend up to the seventh segment, ओके. इसॉफेगस चं काय फंक्शन आहे? जे पण फूड मटेरियल माउथ मध्ये फायरिंग्स मध्ये आहे ते खाली ढकलण्याचं काम करतं. सिम्पली ऍक्टिंग एज अ साइट ऑफ कंडक्शन ऑफ फूड मटेरियल टुवर्ड्स द gizzard, okay. After that the next part is the gizzard. Here the gizzard, okay, which is present at the 8th segment, okay. आठवा जो सेगमेंट आहे अर्थमचा त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे? gizzard आहे, ओके. gizzard which is hard or muscular structure, okay, म्हणजे ते हार्ड आहे, इझिली ते ब्रेक होत नाही, okay. So the gizzard which is hard and provided by muscles, okay, which is muscular structure, and the main function of gizzard is to masticate kind of food material, okay. जे पण सॉइल खाल्लेली असेल, जे पण फूड मटेरियल अर्थमने खाल्लेलं असेल ते मॅस्टिकेट करायचं, ते ग्राइंड करायचं काम कोण करत असतं? gizzard करत असतं, okay. After that the stomach. Now whatever the food material which is coming from gizzard which enter into the stomach. Now the stomach it runs from 9th segment to 14th segment, okay. And here the main characteristic feature of stomach is that, okay, which contains the calciferous glands, and such a calciferous glands which secrete some sort of alkaline fluid, right, and such a alkaline fluid which acting on the humic acid which is present in the soil, okay. So what it is actually, okay, अर्थमच्या स्टमक मध्ये काय आहे? माती आहे, सॉइल आहे. अर्थमचं फूड काय आहे? सॉइल. सॉइल मध्ये काय असतं? ह्युमिक ऍसिड, ओके. आणि अर्थमच्या स्टमक मध्ये काय आहे? कॅल्सिफेरस ग्लँड्स आहे. कॅल्सिफेरस ग्लँड्स काय सिक्रेट करतात? alkaline fluid. So such a alkaline fluid which is acting on the humic acid, okay, humic acid which is already present in the soil and which helps in the process to make the process of digestion easy, okay. Now after that the intestine. Now intestine which extends from 15th to last segment of the body of earth. Now again the main function of intestine is a process of digestion and absorption of food material, okay. Whatever the food material which is masticated by gizzard which enter into the stomach, where the addition of the hydrolytic enzymes and all this takes place, okay. and now such a material, okay, after which enter into the intestine where the fine absorption of nutrients, fine absorption of food material which takes place, okay, and remaining part which pass to the rectum or the anus. Okay, now such an intestine which is divided into three segments. The first one is the pre-diplosolar region, followed by the diplosolar region and post-diplosolar region. Okay, we can see one by one. The pre-diplosolar region, which starting from the segment 15 to the 26. Okay, this is the first, that is the pre-diplosolar region. The second part, second region of the intestine, that is the diplosolar region, and which is starting from the segment 27 to the 23 to 25 segments from the anus. ओके, म्हणजे आपण कसं काउंट करणार, डिप्लोसोलार रिजन कुठून स्टार्ट होते, अरकमच्या बॉडीचा जो 27 नंबरचा सेगमेंट आहे तिथपासून तर तिथपर्यंत अनसच्या साइड कडनं आपण लास्ट जे सेगमेंट्स आहेत 23 टू 25 हे जर आपण काउंट केले तर ती जी रिजन आहे तिथपर्यंतची रिजन काय आहे, डिप्लोसोलार रिजन. Okay, and the next part is the post-diplosolar region. Post-diplosolar region, which is nothing but what, the rectum of such an animal, rectum of earthworm, and which is situated in about 23 to 25 last segments. Okay, starting from the anus, same as a diplosolar. Now, the last part of the alimentary canal is what, the anus. Okay, which ends into the anus, which opens into the anus. Right? So, such a anus, which is a terminal or a vertical structure situated in the last segment of the animal body. Right? So, what is the role of anus? Whatever the waste material is there, okay, which drop out. Okay, anus is the opening, last opening, and through which whatever the undigested material is there, or whatever the material is there, which is dropped in the form of droplets. Okay, by means of anus. Now the circulatory system of earthworm. So circulatory system of earthworm, okay, to identify it is very easy, or it consists of what, the dorsal blood vessel as well as ventral blood vessels. Now जर earthworm तुम्हाला ओळखायचं आहे त्याची blood vessel dorsal किंवा ventral तुम्ही कशी ओळखणार, okay, for that what you have to do, you have to keep, okay, earthwormचा सरळ पकडायचा, okay, स्ट्रेट पकडल्यानंतर जी पण डार्क रिजन तुम्हाला दिसेल, ओके, जी डार्क रिजन वरती असेल ती डॉर्सल साइड असेल आणि जी फेट असेल ती वेंट्रल साइड असेल. सो बाय युजिंग दिस ट्रिक, ओके, वी कॅन आयडेंटिफाय द डॉर्सल अँड वेंट्रल सरफेस वेंट्रल व्ह्यूज ऑफ सच earthworm. Okay, now apart from this, here the circulatory system of such earthworm which constitute the dorsal and ventral blood vessels. Okay. Now such a blood vessels, okay, they innervate their vessels to the other body parts of the earthworm. Now here the vessels such as, okay, here first you can see the red color, okay, in red color it is a dorsal blood vessel, whereas in blue color it is a ventral blood vessel. Okay, dorsal blood vessel which is thick in comparison to ventral blood vessel. Again here you can see the lateral hearts are there, okay, providing by both the vessels dorsal and ventral, right? After that the supraesophageal vessel, okay, here you can focus in the diagram, supraesophageal vessel where which pass to the esophageal layer or formal region of the esophageal region. After that the lateral esophageal hearts, okay, here you can see such a vessels they pass to the lateral regions of the hearts, followed by the different vessels which are the dorso-intestinal vessels, ventro-intestinal vessels and the septo-intestinal vessels. Okay, they pass their vessels according to that organs, to the organs which are the intestine, or particularly to the dorsal region, to the ventral region, okay, and the septo-intestinal region means in each septa of the intestine, okay, the blood vessels they pass. Followed by here at the ventrally you can see the submural vessels. Okay, so this is what regarding the circulatory system of earthworm. Okay, now the next system is the excretory system. Now the excretory system of earthworm which is in the form of nephridians. Okay, now a lot of nephridias are there and they collectively unite to take the part in the process of the excretion regarding this earthworm. Now here the nephridia, okay, they partly categorize into three regions. The regions such as the pharyngeal nephridia, followed by the second that is integumentary nephridia, and third one that is the forest of integumentary nephridia. Now the first that is the pharyngeal nephridia or ducts of pharyngeal nephridia. Okay, they are prominently present in the former regions of the body of earthworm, the regions such as the buccal cavity, pharynx as well as esophagus. Okay. After that, the second region where the integumentary nephridia they are present, particularly or prevalent to the regions such as the gizzard and stomach, and the last one that is the forest means numerous nephridia they are present. Part that is starting from intestine up to the anus. Okay. Now such a nephridia they perform the main function that is the excretion. Now if we can isolate a single nephridia, okay, नेफ्रिडियाचं फंक्शन काय आहे जसं आपलं किडनीचं काय फंक्शन आहे अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन होतं त्याच्यातून युरिन फॉर्म होतं वेस्ट प्रॉडक्ट फॉर्म होतात आणि ते बॉडी मधून बाहेर पास होतात ओके तसंच अर्थवर्म मध्ये काय आहे नेफ्रिडियाज आहे ओके द नेफ्रिडियाज दे आर द मेन ऑर्गन्स concerned with the process of excretion in case of earthworm. Now if we can isolate us or if we can take the single nephridia, okay, so by exposing the earthworm किंवा आपण जर earthwormचं डिसेक्शन केलं तर त्याच्यातून आपण काय करतो सेप्टल नेफ्रिडिया म्हणजे प्रत्येक सेगमेंट मध्ये नेफ्रिडियाज आहे ओके सो त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो सेप्टल नेफ्रिडिया सो एका सेगमेंट मध्ये जर आपण एक मायन्यूट बंच घेतला आणि त्याच्यातून सेपरेट केलं नेफ्रिडिया तर हे जे स्ट्रक्चर आहे समोर हे असं दिसत असतं okay so the structure which is like this okay this is the single structure of nephridia. Now the structure of nephridia okay it shows the apical part and terminal part okay apical region and terminal region and it start from the first region that is the nephrostomy okay nephrostomy or it is nothing but the mouth of such a nephridia followed by the neck okay and such a neck which continues in the twisting loops okay so such a twisting loops which contains the twisting of tracts. Now here you can also see in the diagram the ciliated tracts are there or they shows okay the inner loops as well as outer loops and again here you can see the twisted loops such as the proximal loop or the distal loop or distal lip of twisted loop or the proximal lip of the twisted loop. Okay, now such a twisted structure which contains what the tracts and such a tracts they contain cilia and such a tracts they takes part in the process of excretion in case of such a earthworm. Now such a numerous nephridias okay they are present inside the body of earthworm. Okay, now this is what regarding the excretory system. After that, the nervous system. Now the nervous system which is very simple, a ring-like structure is there, okay, and what we say is that the nerve ring is present followed by the ganglia in each segment. Now starting from here the cerebral ganglia. Okay, cerebral ganglia, okay, you can see in the diagram also. Cerebral ganglia which innervate the nerves to the mouth region or the surrounding the mouth region. Means what? The cerebral ganglia which innervate the nerves to the prostomial region or the nerves such as the prostomial nerves followed by the peristomial nerves. Now after that here you can see the ring-like structure which is formed from the both lateral side or this is nothing but what the circumpharyngeal connectives. Now such a connectives surrounding okay to form a ring-like structure okay or this is what the circumpharyngeal connectives okay. Now after that you can also see here the ganglia that is subpharyngeal ganglia are formed and they innervate the nerves to the pharyngeal region or the pharynx of the earthworm. Followed by here, okay, in each segment. Okay, in each segment the ganglias are formed. Okay, म्हणजे काय की एक मास्क लाइक स्ट्रक्चर प्रत्येक सेगमेंट मध्ये फॉर्म होतं. Okay, and each ganglia which provide 3 pairs of nerves to the lateral part of each segment. Okay, म्हणजे जो प्रत्येक गँग्लिया आहे प्रत्येक सेगमेंट मध्ये लॅटरली तो काय करतो 3 नर्व्स. ओके, इट प्रोवाइड 3 नर्व्स. Okay, 3 pairs of nerves to each segment. Okay, this is what regarding the nervous system of such a earthworm. The parts of the nerve such as what? The prostomial nerve, followed by peristomial nerve, then cerebral ganglia, then the sympathetic nerves, they are present in 6 pairs, followed by circumpharyngeal connectives, then subpharyngeal ganglia, then segmental ganglia, then segmental nerves, they are present in 3 pairs, as well as here you can see the nerves which pass to the septum, means septal nerves. Okay, now after that the sense organs. Now here, like other animals, okay, the earthworm which have again the sense, okay, and due to the presence of such a sense organ, okay, it gets sense. The sense organs which is like this, the tactoreceptors, then photoreceptors, and again chemoreceptors. Okay, now the tactoreceptors means what? They are tactile in nature or they are sensitive to touch. Followed by the photoreceptors. Photoreceptors, they are sensitive to light. And chemoreceptors are the receptors, they taste the taste, okay, or they give chemical stimuli. Okay, now this is what regarding the sense organs. After that, the male reproductive system or the reproductive system. Here, such an animal which is hermaphrodite means both the sexes they are found in a single earthworm, so it is a hermaphrodite in nature. And here, okay, first we focused on the male reproductive system and then female reproductive system. Now, the male reproductive system, here the parts which constitute first the testes, followed by the testicular sacs, then the seminal vesicles, then spermiductal funnels, vasa differentia, then prostate glands and accessory glands. Okay, now we can see all the parts one by one. Now here the testes. Testes are 2 pairs. Okay, you can see in the diagram also. 2 pairs of testes are there. One pair present in each segment number 10 and segment number 11. Now after that, such a testes, okay, they enclosed in a sac. Okay, so such a testicular sacs. Now again, each testes which get covered in a sac. Same, they are located in the same segment, that is 10th and 11th. After that, the seminal vesicles. Now here 2 pairs of seminal vesicles are there and they are located to the same segments, that is 11th and 12th segment. And here the main function of the seminal vesicle is to store the mature sperm, okay, or it is a temporary storage site of sperm. Okay, not the permanent but temporarily the mature sperms they get stored. After that, the spermiductal funnels. Spermiductal funnels, here again there are 2 pairs and 1 pair in each segment 10 and 11, followed by the vasa differentia. Okay, again 2 pairs, you can see in the diagram 2 pairs of vasa differentia or vas differences are there and they are present in the segments, okay, that is from 13 to 16. And again the function of vasa differentia, that is they are the site of conduction of mature sperm towards the prostate gland. Okay, now after that the next part is the prostate gland. Now the prostate gland, which is a paired structure and which extend from segment 16 to 17 and segment 20 to 21. Okay, now after that accessory glands. Now 2 pairs of accessory glands. Okay, you can see in the diagram also, one which is on the anterior side and one which is on the posterior side of the accessory gland. Now such a 2 paired structures, accessory glands are there and they are mainly present in the segment 17 and 19. Now, such a accessory glands, okay, they helps the earthworm or they secrete some sort of secretion, and such a secretion which is helpful during the time of copulation or mating of such a worm. Okay, now this is what regarding the main reproductive system of earthworm. Okay, after that the female reproductive system. Now the female reproductive system, which includes the parts such as the ovaries, followed by the oviductal funnels, oviducts and spermatogenes. Okay, now the ovaries. Okay, again here paired ovaries, they are situated in the segment 13. Okay, and such a ovaries. Okay, the main function of ovary is what? They form the ova. They form the egg by a process of oogenesis. Okay, now here in the ovary, such a ovas, okay, they are arranged in such a manner or in a linear fashion that, okay, the eggs they are in various developing stages. Okay, now this is what regarding the ovaries. After that, the oviductal funnel. The main function of the oviductal funnel is to receive the mature egg. Okay, to receive the mature egg which is coming from the ovary and pass towards the oviduct. Okay, this is the main function of the oviductal funnels. Now after that the oviducts. Now paired oviducts they are present. They form the common oviduct from the both side lateral oviduct they unite to form the common oviduct. Now such a oviduct they open into the female genital pore in the segment 14. Okay, means what? Such a oviduct which open exteriorly by means of the female gonopore, and such a gonopore which is located at the segment number 14. Now after that the spermatices. Spermatices they are the main organs of such or parts of the female reproductive system. So four pair of such as spermaticas are present. Such as spermaticas, they are flask-shaped structure, right? They are whitish in color, and here they are located in the segment, that is segment number 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, respectively. And the main function of spermatica is to store the mature sperm. Okay, from the another earthworm. Okay, during the time of cross fertilization or during the time of mating. Okay, now this is what regarding the female reproductive system, and it constitutes the parts such as the ovaries, oviductal funnels, then oviduct as well as spermatids. Okay, after that, here you can see the process of mating. Now the two earthworms, okay, they shows a process of mating and exchange, not exchange, but they transfer the eggs. Okay, sorry, they transfer the sperm to fertilize the eggs. Now in the second diagram, you can see, okay, after the fertilization of such an egg, the mucus which gets secreted surrounding the egg to form the cocoon. Okay, in the third diagram, you can see the formation of cocoon and such a cocoon formation. Okay, cocoon is what? Cocoon is a protective case in which the eggs are there or eggs are present. Okay, now such a cocoons they get deposited through the body of worm by means of the female gonopores. Okay, now and after that, okay, after the cocoon deposition, okay, such a cocoons they deposited in the moist soil. Okay, and after that the fertilization process which get completed, or what we say is that here inside the cocoon larvae are not there, but the tiny miniatures, or what we say is that the tiny young ones of earthworms they are going to form, and the whole process of completion of such a tiny young ones of earthworm which takes near about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, means about within a period of 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, म्हणजेच काय की 2 ते 3 आठवड्यामध्ये कपूल्स मध्ये काय होतात, छोटे अर्थवर्म्स जे असतात यंग वन्स ते फॉर्म होतात. Okay, and after that they get hatched. Okay, they break the cocoon. जे कपूनचे वॉल आहे ते ब्रेक करतात. Okay, and from that such a young ones they come out. Okay, and such a young ones, okay, they are similar to their adults, but here absence of clitoris. Okay, म्हणजे जे पण टायनी मिनिएचर्स कपून मधून बाहेर आले ते अर्थवर्म सारखेच दिसतात, पण त्याच्यामध्ये काय व्हेरिएशन आहे की जे क्लायटेलम आहे, क्लायटेलम जे यंग वन्स आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये ॲबसेंट असतं, ते हळूहळू त्यांच्यामध्ये फॉर्म होतं. जसं त्याची डेव्हलपमेंट होते तसं कपूर ते क्लायटेलम फॉर्म होत असतं. ओके, नाव हिअर and again there is no any kind of parental care like other animals, okay, which is seen in the earthworm. So this is what regarding the total biology of earthworm. Okay, now in today's lecture, okay, we'll discuss the vital cycle